see the players head out and LGD rushing down towards that mid lane, and we see Keystars again doing what they have been doing a lot. This surprises me. You have Nature's Prophet, but you don't TP out for double wards when Nature's Prophet, and you also don't use a smoke. We've seen this from Keystars before, like twice I think in the group stage, where they just don't prioritize getting the wards down under smoke.
I was surprised. I was wondering, because sometimes you see, the teams go for a late smoke where they walk out and then, they take their time. But yeah, they just consistently, they're kind of greedy with the way that they like to play. Every other team that we've seen.
They know where TA is. They had a ward, saw her run up and meld, so now they can go on her.
Let's break the smoking jungles. Drop down. Pressure already being placed on Costa, and they just have too much damage. So the first blood, gonna go over to Neo. They're gonna see if they can finish off FCR, and he is tanky, but they have plenty of lockdown, so they'll get themselves two, and they'll get themselves some bounty runes.
Man, I'm just not on board with this no smoke, no TP out Fury and stuff. I'm gonna say it, it's not worth, man. You just lost 2 heroes, first blood, and this is just terrible. And of course, they're gonna deny the ward afterwards because it was obvious that they saw the TA go invis. But great play by LGD. Again, very avoidable though for Keystars.
You see a little bit of skirmishing over here again. They had Planet in a good position for the calling. Throw out the tree, just put a little pressure back down, but gonna be pretty difficult for them as they'll use a blood grenade. In comes Costa though, he's gonna try to assist, and there it is. There is a redemption kill. Planet now on the run. We'll have that sprout up in a second, but I'm not sure if King Jungles will opt to go for it.
I think of 1 return kill, but that's, first blood, 1 extra kill, and 4 bounty runes. Every single bounty rune to Dire. That's a massive advantage to have in the start of the game. Just, looking at the net worth already on the heroes before lanes even start, it's absurd, the difference.
All right, this mid matchup, I think it's going to be a bit tough for Analog. Nothing to say. Very, very well known. Excellent player. One of the top ones. I think that Analog has his work cut out for him here.
Yeah, at least he did get forced to skill Fissure because of the level 1 fight, so doesn't have the early enchant totem aftershock here. So gonna give him a little bit of a chance here on mid, and also no first blood was given to Shaker. But yeah, for sure, Shaker does pretty well in this lane.
All right, so talk me through these lanes, Waga. What are we going to be seeing? What do we expect to see?
Well, bottom lane for Keystars is the lane that has to work, basically. The TA needs to have a good start here, but the Murta and Doom, they also have some good counterplay with Scorched Earth and W. So far, lane starting out pretty good here for LGD, getting early level 2.
The top lane felt like they were bullying this Bristleback pretty hard. You watch FCR have to walk away earlier on. King RD's just going to try to continue to put down some of this harass against Why You Smile, but when do we see this really activating up here?
Yeah, the way top lane is going, I mean, LGD don't want it to activate. They want to lock this lane down. They want to enable their own pulls right now. They still need to body block or sentry block the big camp here, but Luna is having a very, very good start, allowed to completely free farm, and Bristol still struggling a bit to be allowed to CS.
Ooh, and as that happens, we get the first blood on King Jungle, so that is a very good start here for LGD. And Kosa's going to be all alone.
Gonna get a very nice kill there, and they're holding the lane in a pretty good position bottom now as well. Trying to go on the Luna, TP in.
Yeah, there's a little bit of harassment going on in the top lane. He's stuck in between them and not going to be able to get that denial. Why You Smile now forced underneath the tower. They don't have the sprout. Looks like they're not going to go enforce this. They're happy with the kill on the core, and that's the power of the Nature's Prophet. Once he gets that teleport, and I love the way he does this. He does this super early, maybe a little bit earlier than a lot of people expect, but definitely needed to make some space.
Very early moves. I mean, that was just very unfortunate. Well, for Shiro there, he quelling bladed a tree, but the neutrals immediately filled the gap, so he couldn't sneak out. So the Sprout had full duration, and he was attacked by 2 of these pine cones. So that just brought him down really fast on Luna. I thought he was going to be fine.
Neutrals confirmed. They're going for Keystars here. They paid him off early.
Yeah, ate the wrong tree there. So far on the mid lane, not a huge difference here, but Shaker is, as expected, leading the way a little bit in CS. But Puck is doing completely okay.
I'm curious too, like we've talked about this in the past. We know that around the, minute 6 or so, we start to see these rotations. Are we going to be seeing like very early rotations? Are we going to see them start to rotate around that 5-minute mark, try to get the jump?
LGD like making the 5-minute rotation as well. Like for a very long time, Dota has been very formulaic in this, 6-minute, we need to be there for the power runes. But a lot of teams are starting to break that mold a little bit and go in earlier. And LGD is one of the teams that will quite often make the 5-minute move towards mid to maybe score a gank before the runes. Of course, 4-minute water runes, we don't see any contest this game.
Why are you Smile sitting very low here at top? Has 2 stacks of those bristles, 3. King RD putting out some more harass. Is tanking a bunch of this creep wave though. Does have to be a little bit careful. He's gonna go for the snowball play. Maybe just a little bit too far. FCR
he got
not
baited.
in position. Yeah, this is a bait for sure. Maybe they get lucky. Maybe FCR can chase down this Phoenix, but King RD is going to fall first, and it's gonna be the neutral creep who finishes off Why You Smile.
What a good bait by him. He was holding, he had Magic Stick and Fairy Fire, and now Shiro actually going for a lot of clicks onto the no Vanguard here. He loses his Courier too. Some quills though. He didn't get his regen off the Courier. That hurts a little bit.
Yeah, especially as we are going to be closer and closer to the Vanguard for a Bristleback, and Luna does not like to fight into that. Get a bottle refill in the mid lane, though, as King RD comes through, and it'll be the same bottle service for Nothing to Say. Why You Smile will deliver.
Yeah, just gonna fill them up, and then looks like they're heading over to the other lanes again, though.
King RD will be able to snap up a bounty rune on his way through.
And to talk a little bit about bottom lane, bottom lane, I said it was one of the lanes that needs to do really well here for Keatstars. They have been doing okay on TA in terms of farm, but hasn't really shut down the Doom in any effective way. So he's got his full Vanguard now as well.
Have a rotation top, so not the mid lane this time. We'll be having the support make their way top, probably trying to slow down the Bristle, if at all possible. Leaving New all alone. Again, he is fairly tanky, though. He did just finish up that Vanguard, and that is going to give a little bit
Bristle.
more breathing space. But the top lane, yeah, Bristle, FCR, he was not prepared for this. And he's got his Vanguard, but he's not going to be able to withstand what they throw at him here in the top lane.
This is the big offset in this game. Bristle, I said they need to hit that Aghanim's timing really hard, and they're delaying it now with the way they're playing.
King
What a rune for
RD
Puck.
trying to just secure the rune if possible. Shards are going to push him up over the high ground, though, but there's the hit, there's the rotation, a nice fissure. King RD going to eventually fall here.
At the same time, running for
lane,
New.
Can they finish him off? They need one more hit. They have it.
That's a big kill for them. That's really big for Keatstars there. They need to get some kills on the enemy offlane because of Bristle's tempo being lowered here. They need to at least make sure Doom doesn't have a free game here as well.
So I feel like at this point, the laning stage is kind of broken apart a bit. Who do we feel like came out on top? Because it was a lot of skirmishing. We saw like one of those early rotations. We saw a couple baits too.
I mean, Dire are definitely doing better here in the start. The difference being that TA is, pulling ahead a little bit in farm, but the overall ganks and movements have been better by LGD, and yeah, the bait top. So Wisdom Rune, we're gonna see 1-for-1 on the Wisdom Rune. No stealing this game.
Enjoy, daughter. Enjoy.
Interestingly, Luna has gone for the 2-0-2 build. He is holding a skill point, so I'm sure he wants to go into the Moonglaves and start jungling. Dive comes in.
Top lane, King Jungle's in position, throwing out that hold here. King RD, they finish him off. In comes Planet, might be able to go and get themselves returned to the snowball, though. Coming into play, King RD will end up dying, but those shards holding into place. FCR, he wants more. He wants Planet. He's got a bunch of these stacks up here. He's got 5. Needs a little bit more to finish off this Muerta, and he'll be able to get it. So that's a double kill. This Bristleback is going to be able to bounce back.
Now, all on the back of King Jungle again, just coming in and saving this top lane as well with the rotation. This is definitely going to allow Bristle to farm up a bit.
Chiro does have the Eclipse. Has 3 points in that Lucent Beam. King Jungle's just gonna...
committed.
I mean, there's no reason not to.
Oh,
He's hoping
Roche,
maybe Roche, will he help a brother out? Look at how he's playing. He's like, maybe, nah, Chiro will be able to get that kill.
What is this?
That was a nice attempt. He almost took too little damage there. If he tanked one more beam before going into Roche, I think he could have maybe gone to deny, but nice attempt by King Jungle. Still Shiro, gonna get that solo kill taken care of there.
We really haven't seen any sort of movement coming out from this mid lane just yet. Doom is going to get used on the bottom lane. Costa is going to get brought back. And Why You Smile already in a great position. Analog, though, there it is. There's that rotation we talked about with King Jungles. They want to finish off Why You Smile, but that dead shot off in the side. Oh, it's going to be able to help finish off King Jungles as there's a big rotation to this bottom lane. Still holding on to the Echo Slam. Not necessary.
Yeah, they get a 1-for-1 trade, but they won't really be able to hold the tower here. So, gonna have to lose bottom tower. They're still farming the area with TA. I don't think that they can defend this anymore. As Puck used his coil, they're running away, letting this go.
In the top lane, you can see FCR is trying to put as much pressure as he can on the top. Guardian Analog in the mid. Throw out some shards, just try to clean up this wave. Find solutions elsewhere.
Puck is making a move as well towards the top, so top area is now Keatstars to play around with, and LGD sort of transitioning the Luna down here, wants to start using the bottom part, get some levels in the glaives, because they have big stacks on Ancients already. Sneaky rotation here with the smoke.
You see Why You Smile. The teleports are coming out, though, so you do have to be careful. King RD throws out the shards. Doesn't really matter, though, when you're up against the Phoenix calling. Making sure that he will be silenced up. Does not have that snowball. Has a couple wand charges. They'll use the egg, and they'll secure a kill because King Jungle's on the back lines. But the rest of the team, they are here. A nice dead shot. Maybe buys them enough time so that Why You Smile will be able to survive his egg. And they take down King Jungles. It is the neutral creep, though. Again, man, I feel like these neutral creeps have made so many moves this game. But they'll take some of these stacks on their way through.
Yeah, neutrals are getting some last hits for sure. Shaker, though, in the meantime, while that fight was going on, is closing in on finishing his Blink Dagger, just farming on the mid. He's at 1,800 gold right now, just needs 400 more, and he has the full Blink. It's going to be when he can start looking to make some moves.
Doom also having only about like 14 seconds left on his ultimate. I think we'll probably see them try to make use of that as soon as it comes up. But they do smoke up on the side of Keatstars. They're looking to see perhaps they can catch someone out. And they ping out New. There's a TA
without
in the
the
area.
puck, though, so this is not really the biggest rotation ever. And that is a Vanguard Doom, not the easiest target. He needs to step on a trap, I think.
He is prepared here off to the side, too. Then we'll go pop, follow up with the snowball. Again, Planet's here. King Jungle also here. Costa is doomed up. Is going to be forced to walk away. They're going to retreat for the time being. They could potentially go back in after the Doom, but it feels like Costa, he doesn't want to risk it. He wants to just start working towards this Desolator. And Keatstars already making a rotation. They say, all right, didn't work out. Not the worst.
Still a good poke, though, by Keatstars. Even though they didn't get the kill, they now, prompted out the Doom and made sure that he doesn't have a chance to make rotations. But at the same time, New, he just wants to sit here and farm. He's got his Midas coming out already, the full Midas, and he has 3 points in Devour. So he's just sitting to build up his farm and scale, not really looking to play as active as Keatstars are right now.
I mean, he's sitting towards the top of that net worth. TA keeping up because of those glaives, but... Luna just a little bit behind. Everybody, it's funny actually. Both of these teams have a core that has a built-in way of like having cleave, right? The side blades, the glaives. And then
you
just
basically want to have some form of steroid and ramp up. Shaker looking for a first move here. Gonna jump in on the Nature's Prophets. Should be easy kill without ulti.
Yep. Still holding on to a haste rune too. So that's a blink, that's a haste rune. Still holding on to the Echo Slam. So nothing to say, biding his time patiently, but it's looking very good here.
It's a good timing window for LGD right now before the Aghanim Scepter completes over on Bristleback, and having this haste rune and blink dagger as well in Shaker, they could play pretty aggressively around him. But for now, they're just building even more stacks. This ancient stack is getting massive. Planet gonna try and get one more on it for the Luna, who is now 3 points in Moog Glaive, so she's ready to farm it whenever she can.
Yeah, really haven't seen any motion towards that buy angle in terms of like doing any scouting, any sort of vision. The King Jungle's dish up. Oh my goodness, the jump forward here from nothing to say. They want to give it a Costa, but the snowball rolling on through. Buys a bit more time, is going to try to teleport away. Cannot do it. It was a valiant effort from King RD, but LGD, they were already ready. Look at these body blocks. Saying, King RD, you are not getting out alive. No way.
Beautiful there for LGD, scoring a big win as well, getting more momentum on the Luna here as well as the Doom, who are, you know, the two of them leading the chart. Mid though, they try and make a play on the Phoenix, but he doesn't really have backup on the puck, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure were they trying to bait out an egg, maybe thinking that there were more there, but why you smiles, not sweating at all.
I think he was, you know, wanting to get a Nature's Prophet rotation. Thing is, King Jungle has gone for a weird build as well on Nature's Prophet. He's going for 3 points, Nature's Call, only 1 level teleport so far.
They have nothing to say over here, and they know that there's no Echo Slam, so they're going to try to take advantage of it, and they do. They finish him off.
That's a good move by King Jungle, though. Sitting on the high ground, gets a nice find. And they know that the farm is happening. They have a ward observing Luna right now. They want to make a move over there.
Yeah, they're sending the tree babies over as well. Why Small sitting a little low. Analog has that illusory orb. He's going to try to put a little pressure down. Planet nearby.
The ward falls. Puck doesn't have blink, so kind of hard for him to get in on the Luna here without taking damage from the glaives.
Feels like they're just trying to place that pressure down. Yu also making his way over. He's got Doom back up now. A little bit of that snowball. Nothing to say. Teleporting over to the mid lane. He's looking to just stop King RD. Good positioning. They'll be able to get themselves a pick off.
That's really nice for him, and they get the entire stack without any real contest. So a lot of, you know, they ran over there, tried to force them to stop, but ultimately every single creep went the way of LGD, and now Luna going over to farm another stack. She's got the entire Manta style already as well. She's starting to, you know, accelerate, and in the carry to carry matchup here, TA does not do great if Luna is ahead in farm. That's a horrible matchup.
Now, lacking a lot of mobility over on the side of Keystars, like you said. You know, you don't have the blink on the puck just yet. Blink will be on Tusk eventually, but still quite a ways off since it is, of course, a support.
So finally, the Aghanim Scepter for Bristle. This is the big timing that you want to play around. It is in time for the 15 minutes as well, so Roshan is top, which is easier for Radiant to take. They can try and play towards that as their next objective with TA and Bristle here. Already though, LGD, they know this. They're making a move towards top, not giving up the top area.
They've got absolutely terrifying team fight on top of this. So FCR is going to break the smoke. You see that he's got that. They even just go right in for the Echo Slam. They don't want to allow him to be able to use this. So just a quick and just calculated hit coming out from the side of LGD.
That's a nice move to make. This is, you know, taking away the option for Roshan. Then back they go to play towards mid. It's going to be a bottom rune.
Shira's already in position. Grabs himself that shielder. Nothing to say. Good waning rift will keep him quiet. But they're all grouped up for the most part towards this mid area.
I'm very perplexed by this Nature's Call max builds against a Luna and Shaker. I feel like, you know, most support Nature's Prophets will just max out the Sprout and the teleportation. And this game, I don't really see why he elected to do this.
Do you think he figures that he's going to have to do like a lot of split pushing perhaps?
I guess you could say that their team is missing pushing power, but split pushing against this lineup I don't think works.
Yeah, King Jungle's getting spotted out. There's that A-Test like we talked about, calling, Sunray, Fissure, everything. They'll finish him off a nice Dream Coil, but they just don't have the means to back it up yet. Costa making his way over. It's just so slow thanks to those Fire Spirits. The Icarus dive away, Egg over to the side. King RD trying to finish off, nothing to say, but he's not going to be able to. Costa running again, that Rod coming into play. Doom over onto FCR. Costa's just taking too much damage with the Sunray and everything else. That is yet another kill going the way of LGD.
That was just beautiful by LGD. The positioning on that egg was just close enough to be really useful and not far in enough that they can focus down the egg. So they did the only thing they could on Keystar, started running away. But the Fissure from Shaker there and the positioning by New coming in from behind, LGD are just outclassing them with the movements right now.
It's been a bit of a slow burn year for LGD. You know, they were top of their regional, but definitely struggled on the international scene. But whatever it is, they've hit their stride. They're looking good, looking great in their first phase of group phase. I think they were the second team to confirm.
Yeah, I mean, they only dropped a single game, so they so far have been looking super solid. Keystars, on the other hand, had a pretty struggle type of group stage, and this is starting out to be a pretty tough series for him as well here. 7,000 gold behind a Luna matchup, where Luna definitely is the strongest late gamer here as well.
Analog poking a little bit, does have the Blink Dagger available. But they have to be careful. They have the Echo Slam backup on Shaker. He's working towards that Aghanims. It is going to be very difficult for them if they get initiated upon.
Oh, FCR is going for the Bloodstone build here as well, even into the Doom. Not going for the Lotus Orb to try and get some dispel against what they have, or maybe return the Doom even. I think this could be a risky move. Like, Bloodstone is nice if you have Lotus as well to protect you from getting doomed, but I feel like they have a solution to the Bloodstone right now already in their draft.
Yeah, that is a little bit surprising. Would you like to see FCR, like, so we've talked about this when we've watched Spirit games, and granted, Spirit is in crazy TI form. Hold on to that thought. Top lane, they see you, but there's a fallout from nothing to say that Doom comes out. King RD is obliterated, and Costa does not survive at all. Oh my goodness.
Boy. The bait again going on to the Doom there, but they're sitting behind LGD. Good positioning, and immediately strike towards Roshan here as well before he moves down to bottom area.
So I was going to ask, though, as they take this Roche, there's a little bit of a play here coming out between you and Analog. I think Analog should be able to walk away. There's no Doom up.
Yeah, there's no kill there.
But so we've seen Team Spirit, whenever they fail at a gank or whatever, which isn't very often, they immediately go again. They constantly reset, go again, constantly reset, go again. So with this Agnum Scepter picked up on FCR, which makes him quite strong, should we see him doing the same thing, like just pairing up with like Analog plus one?
I feel like they have to make moves with Bristleback right now. It's tough because the first fight they took after Agnums was a disaster for them. But I think they're falling maybe victim to this, you know, oh, we can't fight, we're not strong enough yet trap. But you need to just understand this Agnums is still very, very potent right now. They just got a bad positioning. But LGD are moving fantastically over the map right now.
This game is slipping out of the hands of the Keystar. 10K net worth lead at 20 minutes in right now. And this Luna is just going to continue to become bigger and bigger. Has herself that Aegis. No pressure on them really right now to do any sort of just pushing.
I think the big timing for them right now on Keystars is in 300 gold for TA. She has the shard as well, so they get that silence. Could give them something to lock down the Shaker, prevent him from casting his spells freely, and maybe a way for them to take team fights.
Yeah, I'd like to see them take advantage of these cooldowns, right? We talked about them having such a skirmishy lineup, and it just feels like every time they lose the fight, they just back off and like, okay, we need another item, we need to farm. And I feel like that's not necessarily the way that they need to be playing this. I also think Planet has been very, very strong. Watching all these engagements, I've been pretty impressed. Some of these dead shots and callings are just like, they're spot on.
He knows his way around Merta for sure, and having the Atos now as well, gonna give him so much more convenience in a team fight. Can just Atos the Bristleback set up on him, or even bother. Like even Tusk or Puck have to be wary about this, because if you get caught by one ability like the Atos, then it's very easy for Merta to chain that into more silence and stun.
This Luna is just going so fast, this acceleration. I think we just had the data saying it's 6 minutes faster than average for this butterfly.
Yeah,
it's
a
scary.
super good timing, and very hard to play TA into a butterfly this early, because there's no way he can go MKB already. And the only item he should be going for here is like BKB, I guess, because of the heroes he's playing against. But that doesn't counter the Luna, and Luna's going to the high ground already.
I mean, she's got an Aegis.
That's Rax. You have to protect the tier 3 tower.
You have to be so careful too. There's a double damage and about half duration over on Nothing to Say. He's in a great position. If they group up too tightly, he's going to make them pay for it. In fact, FCR, look at this. He's getting a little closer. Use the Wrath of Nature. Try to just clean up some of these creeps. Give them a moment. But like you said, you can't allow a Luna this farmed to be hitting your buildings.
Nice by King Jungle to cut the creep wave, stopping this push here. And they also held on to their glyph, so not using it, realizing that, you know, it's fine, we got the next creep wave.
This is interesting too. We talked about King Jungle's going for that Nature's Call, and he's using it to like slow down these pushes, right? He teleports towards the back, and he just starts cutting the wave.
It's all he can do right now. It's, you know, the best thing for him to be doing, but I feel like you didn't pick Nature's Prophet for this purpose. This is more a reaction to the situation you're in.
True.
Ideally, you want a non-stop gank.
It's a little bit scary. They're going to see if they can jump on the Phoenix. So no egg going to be available for this next fight if they continue. But that's what I want to see coming out from Keystars. I want to see them take these objectives. Bottom lane, New is revealed over to the side, has finished up the Shiva's guard. Looks like they want to maybe put some pressure on this bottom tower.
Yeah, they're trying to do something with the kill that they got, try and get some objective, but this is into Aegis still on Luna. She could TP in very aggressively if she wanted to. Right now, she's just taking the tier 1 tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And she doesn't want to TP over. She's gonna steal the enemy ancients as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Start pinging out. Goes to
Looks
a
like
little bit
Tormentor,
dangerous here. Does have the blink dagger and is gonna just teleport away.
Tormentor gets called by Shiro here. It's like, guys, come, let's take it. And he's very close to the full satanic on Luna now. 3.4k gold.
Spooky.
That timing is going to be absolutely massive, though he won't have Aegis anymore. And LGD, they're probably going to be tactical enough not to go high ground without Aegis in this game. Like I said, LGD play very, very structured Dota. And Keystars, they're struggling right now to break this. It's like, you know what's coming. You know exactly what LGD are doing. It's just so difficult to stop it right now.
Muerta picking up the shard thanks to the Tormentor. She's got that Pierce the Veil upgrade. Should come in handy mid lane. Jump over onto King RD. This is looking not great for him right now, but he's got the snowball. He's going to try to slow him down just a little bit, but we have the Ag Scepter on nothing to say, so I'll happily take that quick pick.
Yeah, with Tusk dead, we see Doom thinking about going into the enemy team here. As Keystars were grouping towards top. Doom kind of angling for a jump on them.
See what
Getting his
else
travels next, so he can just keep farming and always be ready to join his team. And Shiro, look at the confidence. He's like, yep, I can just go and farm wherever I want right now. And I want your ancients, because that's basically TA's bread and butter. You want to farm ancients over and over. But by going here, he takes away that option.
almost have that Agnum Scepter completed now for Nature's Prophet. So that will help out in some of these really large team fights, being able to, get people into place. But it definitely, you need more. Like, you can't go into this team right now 5v5. It's just going to be too painful.
It's, one component, and having the PKB just now completing on TA as well. They're hitting a few timings. They're also very close to a full Blink Dagger on Tusk.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Puck.
There is a nice find there for the side of LGD.
See the value of having those watchers. It's so nice, just extra wards, and Puck walking up a dangerous high ground.
A little bit surprised over here as Neo finding an opening on King RD. Even opts to use the Doom. Just wants to ensure that he can get this pick off right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty chill game for him, and a last little whip comes out.
King Jungles is trying to help out here, and again, he's fairly tanky. They need to have some sort of way to cancel out the TP, and they just don't have it, unfortunately, for the side of Keystars, as Shiro's already in the base, realizing, okay, Puck's down, Tusk is down. We can put some pressure because they're just not going to want to take this battle without some of their other heroes.
Yeah, like I said, if he manages to crack a tier 3 tower, that's when Luna, we've all seen how fast she can just take the barracks. So this bit of damage on tier 3 tower, even though she didn't take it now, is really big.
King Jungles needs to be very careful here because he's got nothing to say, chasing around the secret shop, and he is just dead. As over in the mid lane, FCR is trying to just push them off the buildings. The Eclipse does get used. He's all right. He's still alive. They took a lot of damage as back lane. You can see the Dream Coil gets used on Why You Smile and Shiro, but not going to have that damage quite yet as Analog popping back in yet again. Wants to finish off Why You Smile. Will be able to do it. Atos holding King RD into place. Jumping in. There it is. There's the Echo Set from Nothing to Say. They rip apart both of the heroes on the side of Keystars. And now Costa running for his life. This is not looking like he'll survive this either. A very precise hit here coming out from LGD, which is going to mean that they can go break into the base.
They're just going straight for it. Beautiful play again. LGD are just playing them like a fiddle at this point, baiting them. Even the Phoenix kill that they got, this like, oh, small victories, right? Well, you got the Phoenix, but then you're overcommitted because of it. Did you really get the Phoenix, or did he allow you to go on him? It feels like LGD are just 2 steps ahead.
Feel like they get got. Now King Jungles, the Doom is back up. He's going to get picked off by New. He's on to his tricks here, trying to cut the wave.
And they are trying to push top as well, but Analog doing what he can here, trying to keep the creeps away from the tier 2 tower. He knows the only thing standing between them and mega creeps if they, start bringing this tower down.
He's gonna have Dream Coil up in a couple seconds. Needs to be careful though. He's gonna pop over for a minute, grab up the rune, and just run away, see if he can cut through. Again, have to be so careful because the rest of the team, they're on their way.
Yeah, they're running the Murta. Can she get a dead shot?
They're trying to...
Doesn't expect it.
Feels like they're trying to pin... Oh, it landed! This guy's good. A little bit of a dodge here on that Atos, the blink out. They can see themselves, Shiro. They want to try to make something happen off of this. Shard's coming into play. FCR just turning his back, just trying to start stacking all of this nasty stuff. They do have the Satanic. That's a good throw in the middle here as he jumps and get rid of FCR. That big threat no longer an issue. Costa trying to kite around the other side, but King RG will be next to fall. And now they'll end up losing King Jungle's analog, running away. That is not the way that Keystars wanted that fight to go. And LGD, they feel very good about it.
It always feels like they're just a little bit too far with someone. They commit the coil there to try and burst the Luna, but they didn't really have both TA and Bristleback nearby, so couldn't bring her down fast enough. And with the protection from Planet, coming in with the Glimmer Cape, the mech, making sure his Luna stays healthy there, and the Satanic, of course, doing a good job healing him up, even through the Bristleback.
Well, he has Doom, but his feet very quick, gets it down. Analog, your finger's just not fast enough, my friend.
That's rough. I mean, against Warstomp and the Infernal Blade, you just get stunned up. Level 22 Doom now. He's flying ahead here in this game. And you could probably have said that, you know, LGD, maybe they could have just pushed straight towards the tower, but Roche is up. And they played the important objective.
I mean, there's no reason not to take it, right? This game feels very firmly in the hands of LGD. So you might as well take your time, go in, get yourself this Roche, the extra life for the extra insurance.
King Jungle is faking TP into Roche Pit. Yeah, I don't think you want to finish that one. As they, of course, completely ignore that threat. Oh, some couriers might fall victim to Nature's Prophet here, though.
He's trying, but Neo is not happy about this. Nice little push down to the low ground, though. He's going to try to run. Nothing to say. Manages to land the fissure. Gonna hop on over. They use that. Can they bait it though? Can they get the damage? Oh my god, he's absolutely toast. But in comes the Doom. Because the FCR, they split this up. King RG getting chased. They have to run away from this egg. They don't want to play against it because nothing to say. Sitting a bit low, but he is going to be all right thanks to the immediate reaction coming out from the side of LGD. FCR just continuing to stack whatever he can. 7 stacks onto New, but the rest of the team, they aren't in position. They aren't ready to fight this.
Yeah, it's super tough. Costability, again, just having to run away immediately. I feel like this TA, you know, this was your last pick here on the side of Keystars, and I feel like it's just not looking impactful enough for justifying it as a last pick here. You normally look towards those, you know, the picks that you get later in the game, you really want them to shine, and over on LGD, we definitely see that, you know, their entire roster is shining here, but again, TA gets caught by a Doom.
Costa cannot be on this map if he doesn't know where Neo is. In fact, look, this is just, he knows that he can't run away. And the TPs come out, or sorry, the tips come out from LGD. They're like, man, this guy's on fire. And I think we saw earlier with the stats, right? He has one of the highest KDAs that currently is going on here for the group stage.
Yeah, he's absolutely ridiculous. One of the few who are not. I think everyone else was a mid laner as well. But yeah, he's repping here from the offlane. Shiro on the high ground with Aegis.
I mean, the bright side, they don't have Doom. This might be the best fight that they could potentially get, but they don't have their TA either, which is the main source. Plus, they've got the Aegis. In comes Neo, finding the opening onto FCR. He's just toast.
He got way too close there, trying to defend the tier or the barracks. Not sure why he walks close even when there's no way they can fight, but this is looking all but over right now.
Yeah. They smell the blood in the water, for sure. They realize there's no buyback on TA. This Bristleback, who's supposed to be so incredibly strong, is just pretty much a non-factor. They will buy back, though.
Yeah, gonna try to get out, but the Fisher's keeping them in their base.
I don't think they can. Analog jumping in. They want to show signs of life. They get the Dream Coil off on the backside, but who do you focus on? Nothing to say. Jumps in. And again, there's going to be another buyback. The egg is here. King RD, he's trying. They're just
going
out
for
as much
kills.
as they can, seeing if they can get a kill. Costa's in his base practically, and he still gets here. It is GG.
Yeah, a little bit of a fountain dive before ending this game. Beautiful game won by LGD. Super strong performance here. And I mean, Keystars, they just looked pretty lost.
As a, you know, keeper of the light and a bristle.
I got good news, Moxie. They went for a level 1 smoke.
Thank
God. They didn't go without it. I mean, throw back to last game. That
Well,
was.
let's see if they can make it work, though, right? Because
You don't even need to do that much. It's just you don't get punished the way they did last game. You know, that was 100% avoidable with the
Right.
smoke. The enemy wouldn't have the intel. But yeah, they get some nice wards placed here. Just running in. And we kind of don't really see teams running into each other to fight here. Keatstars are pretty strong level 1. LGD have a decent level 1, but not strong enough that they want to, you know, play for all runes, it looks like.
it's a fairly deep sentry ward over there on the side.
That's too. Yeah, this is a tactical sentry. This sentry will be spotted when the creeps walk by, and it's gonna make the first creep wave go under tower. It's pretty high tech, so we'll see it in action when the first creep wave comes in. It's a very nifty strat. I haven't seen too many teams use it. Of course, you
think
pay a
I've
little
seen
bit of gold, but yeah, it's not super common.
We went from them not wanting to buy a smoke to them buying a smoke and then also using their sentry ward to. All right. Maybe VIVO Keatstars, they're activated. They're all business mode now. We'll end up getting a split on the runes, but
They're also, yeah, here we see the creeps. They spot the ward. It takes a little bit of time here. This little bit of time for the creep wave is going to make it so that the creeps are going to go under tower. And look at Keatstars not body blocking their own creeps. They want them to die under tower. Also offlaning the Sven here, saying that they don't want to lane the Necro against Weaver. I think is the most important part in that. And Necro wants to be against Bristle.
well, now that they have the gates too, it does make it a little bit easier to make these rotations and changes with the lanes.
Yeah, so bottom lane is gonna at least definitely pull back. They also block the small camp, so unless he gets that removed quickly, it's not gonna be available for 1 minute.
So how do we feel about this rotation to have Costa in the bottom lane against Weaver?
I think it's good. I mean, it's a little bit weird to have the carry be on the off lane, but I think it's preferable to the alternative. Weaver would have too easy of a time against the Necro, and if you have Necro, you want to pair him against the Bristle. It's a good matchup.
With the change of the map too, is it still as bad as it used to be? You know, like we talk about them having to be extremely aggressive usually when you run an aggressive off lane, but is it a little bit more forgiving now with these other camps?
It's okay. It's pretty much like normal. Like offlaning the carry, it's usually not preferable. It's a little bit awkward for him, but the hero matchup matters more. So far, we see some shenanigans happening here top as Planet realizes the lane is not really favorable close to the enemy tower, pulls it back, puts it in a good spot for New.
So what is the lane that you want to focus on? Which one needs to be the most successful? Is it still just, you know, this middle lane, making sure that they get these level 6s online, start putting down the pain early, or?
I think the importance is going to be the rotations to the side lanes, and in particular, New, how good of a game is he going to have on this Bristle? Early levels can be pretty fine, but once Necro gets a few levels going, then it becomes more difficult. So we'll see how the FCR Necro can do against this. On paper, it's a good matchup, but so far, Bristle is CSing really well.
Definitely feels like he hasn't been struggling, and part of that can be said because of, you know, Planet being able to go pull some of these creeps over.
Also, Chakra spam is nice, gets extra quill stacks very quickly, and now even going behind and farming the enemy pull along with the creeps. This is very good for him.
CR trying to just push him away a little bit. What do they do in this situation on the side of Keatstars? Like, what's the best solution?
I mean, it's tricky. Earth Spirit plus 5 is a little bit weird to play, or like playing from the safe lane role. I think early attention towards the bounty runes and the water runes can be a big thing. And Earth Spirit rotations towards mid can be pretty devastating. A TPN and a roll.
Did see King Jingles was trying to pull some of these creeps over. Does manage to snap up the bounty rune. It's a little bit of a fight with Why You Smile. But yeah, New is having a great time right now. 22 and 2 CS currently. Costa's struggling in this bottom lane. Do have a rotation. Do a Stormhammer follow-up over onto Shiro with the slow. We'll force him to Shikuchi away.
Yeah, this is where Weaver is very hard for him to kill, though. Their supports do not kill Weaver that easily. And sure, Sven has a stun, but Weaver just shrugs it off, runs away. He's still full HP, basically, so...
Is it better to have the aggressive try down here to try to get Costa, you know, these CS as I say that. They do have nice setup though. Why you smile? Not going to be quite as survivable as this Weaver. Need to get a little bit more damage in their final hit. It will go to Costa. So, you know, talking about this aggressive tri-lane, I wasn't sure if it was, you know, to help him farm or to help get kills, but it feels like, you know, the Necro's okay top on his own.
Yeah, I think Earth Spirit always looks towards making moves and doesn't want to be stationary in how he plays.
He's all right. He's all right. He still has a bottle charge and a fairy fire, but he's taking some tower shots there for a moment.
A little bit of damage. This mid Spirit Breaker, by the way, is so nice to play now with the extra damage on Bash. The change made it so that already with level 4 Greater Bash and...
Ooh, the rotation into the mid lane, over onto Nothing to Say. And that's going to be Analog getting himself a kill.
That's exactly what we were discussing, that Earth Spirit wants to make these moves towards mid lane perhaps, or moves to other lanes, and he's finding a good amount of rotations here. First getting the Oracle and now getting this kill as well.
Now, I like the fact that they're making these rotations. I feel like it's very much needed, but I'm also concerned that they're not putting the pressure on Neo. Because I feel like Neo is the one that, you know, you said has to be activated, has to get that Ag Scepter going. And it's nice that they're making these moves, but are they giving him too much space?
I think he's going to have to be the target for Pango as early as possible here. You can't really do anything about him with just Shadow Demon and Earth Spirit in mid. Look at Nothing to Say. He's just intimidating him here.
I mean, he's got pretty much full health right now. Getting closer to that level 6, though. Analog should have it in the next creep that dies. Unless it gets denied. As there is a little skirmish between King RD and Planet off to the side. Charge in, coming out from Nothing to Say. Not level 6 just yet. Do you have the level 6 online for Pango? No mana, though, for the time being. So, 6-minute room is going to be important. King Jungles is here. They're making the rotation with King RD. They want to make sure that he is not going to be able to do anything. And there's another tip going out here.
Nice to have your, you may not have a Coddle on your team, but King Jungle, he's there, you know, ready with the Mango delivery and the clarity as well for himself to keep him topped off on mana.
Oh, look at these stacks. Oh, baby.
Yeah,
taking care of the jungle.
That's an absurd stack, and that's going to ramp up the Bristles farm a lot if he gets to clear that. They do get vision on it now.
Got a haste rune picked up on Analog. He's got the mana now. Running towards this bottom area, wanting to put pressure onto YU Small and Shiro. Shiro already using the Shikuchi. This could go in their favor. It's Analog cutting through. It's going to get held into place thanks to YU Smile.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And it also just removes that haste, which is very, very nice. So, Analog probably going to just back off from this.
I think they can easily hold this tower here with Oracle's positioning right now and Weaver. They can defend this, so that's a little bit of a stretched move where you don't get anything as Pango, and always feels bad to just run there and back again without any payoff.
Would it have been better for him to activate that Rolling Thunder earlier before they could purge off the haste rune, or do you think it was just a little too risky?
I don't think they could commit it there. Wouldn't really get a kill.
They're trying to put pressure on you, over, but...
There's still 3 big creeps there with FCR, so slowing down a little bit the farm at least.
Underneath the ward. This is looking very spooky for him. He's going to try to use that Stormhammer. He's held into place with the Fortune's End. In comes Analog. He's a little late, though. Not going to be able to use that Rolling Thunder to keep him alive.
Meanwhile, 1-for-1 on the XP runes, and Back just kind of threatening back the Necro, but he's happy to take these Magic Stick charges, too.
Got 8 stacks of Warpath here. It's going to be difficult. They need to rotate someone else. I'd like to see the Pango rotate top, would you?
He doesn't really threaten so much until he has Diffu is the thing. And Pango, he's just underfarmed right now. He's not looking too big on mid. Both mids are pretty starved with the rotations earlier, shutting down the Spirit Breaker too.
A little bit of pressure being placed onto Planet. Does have to be careful, though, because they have new nearby. Planet taking pretty low. The ball, so use the Scythe, but not going to be able to do the damage thanks to YU Smile. Rotating top, King RD will indeed die. As FCR in an awkward position now. Just going to back off. They have the Pango. Analog's coming in hot now. He's got himself a double damage that's been just bottled up. Won't connect over onto YU Smile, but doesn't feel like he really wants to do this. They're lacking just that lockdown that is needed to continue that.
LGD just staying disciplined, not going too far out into that chase, and that's a role committed very hopefully, you know, wishing that they will walk in, but they had a ward that spotted him, so that high ground ward, seeing the Pango kind of kept him safe there.
He just clears the stack so fast. That's so much gold that he's getting from this. And he's just being uncontested on it too.
Yeah, he's the most farmed hero in the game right now, and in my personal opinion, I think that Bristleback is the most important hero to shut down in any game where Bristleback is picked, pretty much. So this is bad news for VIVO Keystars. They are moving over. They're trying. They don't want to let him. They're going to be sad to see that the Ancients are already cleared.
Too late. They could make moves on Analog. They would be careful. He does not have that Rolling Thunder up. Charges coming in with the Solar Bind. Knock him around and take him down.
That's a quick, easy kill there, and nothing to say. Really needed this as well for his own game on Spirit Breaker. Getting something. Finally getting a rotation. He does have the face boots in level 8 now, so he can already, I think, one-shot creep waves with level 3. Maybe he needs 4 on Church of Darkness, but the 5% buff really made this hero stronger.
Again, I'm still concerned. Like, again, they made these rotations. Ooh, FCR top lane. Gonna try to teleport over. Keep him alive just a little bit longer, King Jungles, with the disruption. Will allow him to teleport away, but you still have these 3 heroes in this top lane.
He may have survived the TP base there, but before you have travels or anything, it feels really bad to have to run all the way from your fountain as a Necro. It's not as bad as dying, perhaps, but he didn't TP to somewhere else on the map, so he's got a journey to make now.
Shield Ring picked up by Analog.
Tower is under attack.
Looks like they are going to try to defend this top tower. I'm a little scared just because Nia, again, seems very, very powerful at this time. Has himself already the point booster. I think he's got the Ogre Axe coming out right now. Or no.
More than halfway, yeah. He's closing in on that Aghanim's. It's going to be a beautiful timing. It looks like 6k net worth minute 10 is a really good score. And meanwhile, LGD kind of playing the lanes, you know, Spirit Breaker sitting mids, making sure that doesn't push too much. And Weaver, pretty uncontested on bottom. He's 0-0-0 right now, but he's free farming on Shiro.
Little pressure being placed over to this mid lane.
Dire's bottom tower is
I'm gonna threaten from nothing to say with the Nether Strike. Just start
They want
pulling
to jump him when he charges. Oh, not gonna go though.
It's not gonna buy it. Over on the side though, Planet taking a lot of damage from these creeps. Gonna try to use that blinding light. A nice play coming out from Wismile. We'll keep him alive a little bit longer as he navigates around the side. King RD in an awkward position, as is Analog. He's got the Rolling Thunder. They're trying to go through here, but doesn't look like he's gonna be able to finish anyone up. Maybe he gets himself planted. There's the opening, but on the back lines now, FCR, he's gonna try to use the sight, almost managing to finish off Shiro. It's so close, he needs just a little bit more damage, and they do manage to find it. FCR gonna try to teleport away, not gonna be able to manage though. He will end up dying as now Analog running away from nothing to say. They're high-fiving each other on the way out, but looks like he will survive as Sven puts pressure onto this bottom tower.
It's a good kill on the Weaver before he finishes his Lincolns as well. Getting that kill while the Sven is free farming. A little bit of a win for Keystars there. It looked like it might almost work out even better for LGD if the Weaver managed to run away, but the last attack there from Necro, just enough thanks to the dust.
Still felt a little clunky. Analog gonna fight with nothing to say. The Invis Rune though will get picked up by the Spirit Breaker, and Costa having to be a bit careful because he's gonna walk right into nothing to say.
He does have help nearby though. He has the Pango and the Shadow Demon in the territory, so he's fine enough. Just gonna go back and keep farming some of these stacks that his team has made for him. And Sven doing Sven things, just clearing out jungle really, really fast. He's got his Echo Saber just now coming out together with the Master Madness. Still though, 400 gold, and then the Aghanim's is online on the Bristle, and that's when he can burst people. It's insane the amount of damage that you do just running up and pressing Bristle back to someone.
I'm curious what the plan is once he gets this Ags for the side of Keystars, because it is such a huge power spike, like you're saying. How do you deal with this?
I think the biggest spike is right when he gets the shard as well. So in 2 minutes from now, if he manages to farm up 1,400 gold, then that would be absolutely absurd for him. And then
let me say if. It's pretty much, I feel like he's going to have it.
He probably will. You know, it was an if because he still needed 750 GPM for those 2 minutes. But looking at the way the game is played, he probably will have it.
There it is. There's the Ags completed. It's going to start quilling everywhere. King RD's here, so's FCR. They're looking to make this play. Shiro, though, also in position. King RD gonna be forced to try to roll. Isn't gonna be able to quite move fast if King Jungles is here. No, he doesn't decide to go for the disruption. They're just gonna back off.
So I want to talk a little bit about King RD as he just died here. Put a spotlight on him, not to shame, but I want to talk about his item build. He's going for a Midas first here on the Earth Spirit, and if I'm not wrong, he went for a Midas first in last game as well. And I just feel like it's a little bit too greedy. You need to have impact early on the supports. Thinking back to the way we've seen Q, for instance, play on his supports, go for the Blink Dagger and then back into Midas. Like one active item first and then Midas feels so much better from a support.
Should we rename him Greed RD?
He's definitely greeding it up a bit here.
Dire's top tower is under
Definitely
attack.
feels like we're seeing that from the supports. Although King Jungle's typically, I'd say, is a little bit more, I wouldn't say poverty mode necessarily, but with not buying like those smokes earlier and whatnot, it feels like they have been pretty greedy. A little bit of a movement over here into the buy angle. And they are split up, but that could be very dangerous for the side of VIVO Keystars because they will end up getting pincered if they're not careful. We'll see Planet though. They go for the Scythe, even go for the Rolling Thunder. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication on that. Probably didn't need both of those, but jump
don't have the
over
kickback,
onto
sadly.
Why Smile. King RD though, he's in an awkward position. Bashman comes out over onto Nothing to Say. They've already lost King RD. Nothing to Say though, sitting quite low, forced to use that promise over onto Nothing to Say, keep him alive. Costa trying to figure out how do we do this? Do we want to go back in? Doing a lot of damage, but at the same time, it's a bristleback. He doesn't care. Shiro starts wiggling around on these back lines, putting pressure onto King Jungles. Does still have that time lapse, cooching around. They get a bot, send back this Coddle. He's getting right back into the fight. Lincoln's gonna pop. They'll go right back again. Nothing to Say. This Blade Mail's doing a lot as they're trying to figure out the angle. We'll end up losing King Jungle. Shiro diving underneath the tower along with Nothing to Say FCR. There's the charge over onto Analog, but will not continue as now the roll away from King RD on the back lines. SCR still looking. Again, the charge onto Analog. They're trying to just get as much damage off as possible. The Stormhammer, lots of clean. Nothing to Say is just isolated now. They'll get the kill, and they'll turn their attention now over to new FCR. He's just coated in quills, 10 of them. In fact, do they go back in is the question. The war cry comes out from Costa. They're not looking to vacate just yet. What a fight, Waga. I don't even think it's over yet. King RD's wandering right over there. Gives a little kickoff to Nia. Not going to get the runes bottom and Analog. He'll be able to get himself a regen.
Keystar's doing a great job holding there and not losing too many things, doing a good job playing around the Necro, allowing for his heals over and over. At the same time, though, LGD with the chase there, we saw the potential of the Chakra Magic after Spirit Breaker charges in. He gets that charge very quickly again and just keeps going. And this is before he has his Octarine. Working towards that, it's going to be even scarier. But yeah, we can see how LGD, they don't have the biggest team fight spells to drop when the fight starts. They just have to sort of run in with the Spirit Breaker, run in with the Bristleback and hope that the fight happens, because they have no real lockdown. So all of Keystars just walked away.
Yeah, that was definitely chaotic, but at the same time, very controlled chaos in the sense of, you know, they don't have the way to lock Keystars down necessarily, so you can see, you know, they're waiting for their stuns, they're backing up, they're going back in. Very interesting kind of fight. And Shiro here is in the top. I don't think they really are looking for him though. Looks like they're going to try to put some pressure potentially. Oh, there is a courier over there. They're going to hold on though.
Yeah, they're smoked. They want to go for something bigger. They're looking for a target that is going to pay off.
Such a long fight. Costa. Oh, it's Planet. Planet breaking the smoke again. Why you Smile on the back lines? Nice positioning. And Analog needs to be careful. He might be a little bit too far away from the rest of his team. Look at those 12. Oh my god. He is just dead as King Jungle's left behind. Nothing to Say, bashing away. Get a big Illuminate. They wanted Planet. They have to at least get this on the side of Keystars. It does look like they'll manage to do it, but now FCR, these stacks, these quills, everything just obliterating him. King RD diving back to the safety of his tower. LGD showing up in a big way in that fight.
Disrespecting the Aghanim Scepter and the Shard. Like I said, the Shard timing for Bristleback is when he gets really, really strong. You can get so many extra stacks. Those 2 extra goose stacks quickly. Oh boy.
He was not expecting the Lincolns to be on you.
And again, disrespecting, getting too close. Even with the vision that people are nearby there. Just not really expecting to get killed by Bristleback like this. But he's taking over the area now. Gonna farm the enemy ancients too.
I mean, he's a big boy. They don't have the tools necessary to fight him. Takes a lot to get this Bristleback out of their area.
yeah, when he's being protected this well by Oracle as well, you can see him kind of sticking to him like glue, just following him like, yep, yeah, make sure that you can dive to your heart's content. And now the move is coming. This is the Roche play with the Aghanims and the Shard. We've seen it time and time again here in the group stage before as well, how Bristle just enables this. His team is coming over with the Weaver bugs as well. We can see armor dropping really low on Roche.
Oh, yeah.
Down to minus 20, 21, 22.
There's just nothing that Keystars can do about this.
And their Roche is at 0 armor.
I don't know how you kill this Bristleback at this time with what VIVO Keystars has in their hands.
And right now, it's not even worth killing him. He has the Aegis as well, so they're really enabling him. They could have passed it to the Weaver if they wanted there, but they don't want to take the risk of Bristle dying at all. He's died 0 times this game so far, and they can play around him entirely to take more objectives.
He's a full-on raid boss. There's just... Again, you don't want to focus on him, but he's going to be focused on you.
So going back to Keystars and how they can turn this game around, they got the Shadowblade coming out for Sven. He has the Blink. I was talking about how he's going to need, you know, Blink, Silver, BKB. That's going to be the big item. So he's getting close, but he's not really fight ready yet. They probably have to let go of bottom.
But what about the timing, I guess, is my concern. Like, is it going to be in a fast enough manner that it's still going to have the impact that is needed?
Yeah, that's, you know, we'll see how much of the base is left. They're smoking over immediately, though, going before having all these items. As LGD are a bit split here.
This could be the most the best fight that they could take currently. Is those very wide swing. Granted, they can have a Spirit Breaker there at any moment. Costa is going to go use that Shadow Blade. Oh, and there is Why You Smile and Planet. Look at this positioning from these supports. Costa's going to walk right into them. Why You Smile. There it is. There's the guy that you want to go after. Positioning down to the low ground. The charge coming through. Analog kind of stuck in the corner. Going to pop down. Why You Smile already using that false promise on himself. As you can see, they're rolling through. Planet stuck over on the side. Is just going to continuously get hit. Nothing to say. Kind of in an awkward position. Shear's joined into the fight. The chase is on after Nothing to Say, though. King Artie and Analog looking to see if they can get their hands on them. But Mew, he's here. He's a big boy.
They're just running. They have to be happy with what they got. They got 2 important kills. Didn't lose anyone. Just try and get out now before the fight escalates into something else. And that was pretty much the dream fight for them.
King Artie.
Oh, Earth Spirit, though, stuck around.
He got his Wisdom rune, but I don't think, yeah. Maybe a little too greedy.
Yeah, with the bugs as well. They're going for the Tormentor steal. Doesn't look like they have anything to say about it as well. As Sven's not ready. Gonna be a shard over on the Oracle as well. But yeah, that was pretty much the dream fight that they could ask for. Getting on top of the Oracle immediately. The SD got his ulti over on their Spirit Breaker, so they controlled him really well. You can't really have a better initiation for them. And still the fight looked pretty scrappy. Now going back for their own Tormentor. New wants to get even more shards for his team.
Oh yeah. One-man tormenting machine. That was the BKB used by New on that last fight. And again, they were able to walk away, which was the big thing.
Yeah, they have good disengage on the side of Keystars.
Getting close to the Harpoon. Wolf just find himself Planet. Just gets rid of him very quickly. Does need to be careful though. Neo making his way over. He's got the Aegis and he's got himself an Oracle. I think Costa got a little baited here. This is not looking good for him. They've got the reins on top of that. And he is just dead.
That was a greedy play. He even had a ward.
Nothing to say. Teleporting in is going to jump on Analog. Does have the Weaver nearby too, so just going to end up losing the Pangolier.
And the charge keeps going?
No.
Thinks better of it. Spirit Breaker with the Gossamer Cape as well. Extra fasts. Very good against Sven as well. You see the timings now coming in for LGD all around here. They got the Death Zone Weavers, not just survivability from the Lincolns. Now he actually has some damage as well. And the Spirit Breaker with a full BK or full Octarine and Blade Mill. Things are getting tough here for Keystars.
I mean, he was already tough for Keystars, let's be really honest, but definitely getting harder. A minute left on the Aegis, so you can see the aggression coming out from LGD. As VIVO Keystars, they want to try to make a play. They want to try to push them out of their jungle. Costa coming back up here. Not going to have that God Strength for about 17 seconds, and Planet consistently seems to be the one that gets jumped on. But again, it's just a support.
They get him, but they lose top tower. At least they get something while the top tower falls. So they get a minor pick off there, but I don't think LGD are even flinching. They just keep farming. Nobody panic reacted. They didn't bleed 1-by-1 kills. So again, they need something more on Keystars. They need to find a big fight, and it's going to be after the Aegis that they have maybe a window to fight around. Silver Edge. Oh, he didn't.
He went for the harpoon.
Silver Edge?
He went for the harpoon. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about that, Waga?
Well,
King RD. FCR?
FCR might be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they're teleporting in. We'll see if there's the respect. It's a little bit of a roll from King RD. Yeah, they're just going to back off. Aegis just getting reclaimed now. Rather play it safe than sorry. But they also have a gem on Bristle, so that's going to make it a lot scarier for the side of Keystars to walk out of their base.
So to go back to Costa Bill's decision there, not going for Silver Edge, there's one thing to be said about it. BKB removes Silver Edge nowadays. It didn't used to, but it does. So maybe that's why the Bristle already having a BKB feels like you can't rely on the Silver Edge.
Saw Shiro with the double damage just slipping around the outsides. In jungles, they have a charge on them. They've got this vision, but while this is going on, they find the opening on the back end. Again, Planet, the first one to go down, and it's just totally separate. Why you smile off to the side? Costa all by himself is getting knocked around by nothing to say, and Shiro, King RD will end up dying. Costa trying to buy himself a little bit of space, trying to have Analog come help him, but he's just a little bit too late. That's just gonna get used. Analog looking for the opening, but he's a big baddie, and it's just so hard to get him off of you. FCR going in with the side. Can they finish up? Nothing say nothing.
Oh, nice save.
Thanks to the fact that they have this Oracle, and they'll end up losing Analog, and they'll end up losing FCR. It is a double kill for New.
Oh my god, why do you smile? Always in such good positioning. How has he only died 2 times on Oracle in a game like this against those heroes? And he's always there. This is not the first time they get the Fate's Edict, but this Necro is crying, unable to get a good ulti off in the team fights. And also, what a DD rune to have. The Shiro DD Weaver there just going in, making that fight so easy for them, because he picked off the SD immediately, preventing him from stopping the Spirit Breaker.
And this Oracle, I feel like we've seen such, yeah, you can see the beginning of this fight here on FCR. We watch the replay, and they make the jump onto this Oracle, right? You can see why you smile over here. And he's had to use his own ulti on himself, but it's worth it because he survives. And then it feels like VIVO Keystars are like, well, we couldn't get him. All right, we got to jump on someone else right now.
Yeah, they didn't have the damage. Sven wasn't there to keep laying in through the Oracle ulti because he was being gone on at the same time. So very, very tough. Back in the game, we see a push towards this very tier 2 tower that they were fighting under. And no real defense for Keystars here.
I mean, what can they do? They don't have the means right now. They need to get some sort of a pick off potentially.
Yeah, we have more items coming in as well. Just sees the creeps disappear. And almost full assault cuirass on the Bristleback. Blink dagger on Caudle, so he's gonna be able to sit back a little bit more now or react to these ganks. They are closing in on some timings themselves on Keystars though. 200 gold for the blink for Pango. First Spirit got himself a Yule Scepter. Finally has an item after that Midas. Things are slipping fast right now. You can see the small area of the map that they're playing on. They need to get some of these D wards.
I can see Shiro over here, but unfortunately Shiro can see you. So King Jungles, you are absolutely toast, my friend.
Yeah, they don't really have a counterplay to Weaver running in like that. With Lincolns and BKB, it's tough for them to go on him.
Jump forward. Okay, they pop it immediately. There's the follow-up, though. As now Shiro, okay, he's gonna stay alive a little bit longer. Costa's just ripped apart. There'll be multiple buybacks coming out from Keystars. This Analog separated from the rest of his team. Get King RD. This is looking disastrous now for Keystars. They're trying to find the opening, trying to do something here. After they buy back, Costa, he's here, but New, he's just so big, so scary with that BKB. Look at this man. How do you stop him? It is looking so hard for them to do it. They'll go and just try to hold in place the site. It's just not enough damage. They don't seem to have it. King Jungles will go down. 3 dead on the side of Keystars. New, he's still alive. Still kicking. He's going to go one side into the face. He's just ripping them apart. Oh, my God. Somebody stop this man.
Nah, this game is over. Pack it up here. The Keystars, I mean, they're not gonna tap, but this is absolutely just forfeit at this point. LGD looking so good. New playing like a god, working on improving his already impressive KDA here. 13-0 in this game. I guess Infinity is a pretty good KDA.
Untouchable, that's for sure. My God. Also, it's like, shout out to these supports, right? The amount of times, like, the positioning coming out from this Oracle.
Yeah, they're doing a super good job on the side of LGD. Just, you know, if they get a pickoff on the Caudal, it usually isn't really a good pickoff. And when they jumped the Oracle, he just kept himself safe. Good reactions by his team as well. Full Agams now for Spirit Breaker as he sneaks in and buys it behind the enemy lines.
King RD needs to be careful. He's about to walk right into... They see him. They're hoping maybe we can get a kill on Nothing to Say. He's a little bit separated from everyone else. Rolling Thunder coming through from Analog. And King Generals is just dead. Nothing to Say. Sitting a bit low here. King RD putting out all of his spells as possible. FCR, he wants to try to do something. Doesn't have the sight, though. And there's the save again from the Oracle. Oldest Reign, keeping them alive. FCR is going to get chased down. Analog's dead. It is a full team wipe on VIVO Keystars. And the GGs get called. Man, if you're a China Dota fan, you're really, really happy right now.
He's fountain diving, but there's nobody there. Bristol is like, any more that I can kill? What a performance here by LGD. Both